Hi guys, welcome back to my Exvius guide. Now I'm gonna review Verun. So he is a support character, and because his LB can buff your allies pretty good, I will compare him to Soleil. Vayne here is simply there just for the sake of 3 characters stats comparison, so you can ignore him, okay? Like you can see that Verun's health is much higher than Soleil. The defense is not much different, but his spirit is lower than Soleil. Let's just say that they are even on terms of base stats. However, for the defensive stats passive, Verun gets health, defense, and spirit plus 20%. But Awakened Soleil doesn't get defense plus 20% and only get health plus 10%. But before you say Soleil is inferior, Soleil gets 30% physical evasion. So once again, pretty close I think. The bad thing about Verun is he only has blind resist, and because he is not a good physical attacker, I can say that it is useless, especially compared to Awakened Soleil, who has Sleep, Paralyzed, Confused, and Petrify resist. Verun has 30% fire resist, which is nice but nothing special. Both of them also get MP plus 20%, but Awakened Soleil has auto refresh, while Verun don't. Okay. However, it is okay because his buff doesn't depend on MP. Other useless abilities are Dwarven Rock Smash. Okay, he deals extra 75% against stun enemy, but yeah, like I have said, his physical attack is pathetic, then it is not useful, okay? So enough about stats, let's talk about abilities. Let's start with his base ability, his own LB, Successor's Miracle. So this one is pretty good, okay? It deals 6.4 times lightning physical damage to all enemies. You can ignore the damage because his attack stats is bad. The secondary effect is Beast though, okay? It buffs all stats by 124%, so it is better than Soleil's Dance, okay? It is on the same level as Roy's LB. Actually, this one may be better if you don't need health or MP regen because it is not a singing skill. The LB crystal requirement is kinda high though. It requires 20 LB crystals instead of 16, so exactly same as Roy. Verun doesn't have faster LB fill rate passive, so this one can take you a while to gather, okay? Your goal is to make this LB a Fable every 3 turns, okay? That's why if you want to use him, you need to make sure to have LB, fill rate buff, and yeah, good chaining attack because those things make filling his LB easier. The lightning physical damage is one of the worst feature of this skill, okay? I'm not sure why they choose it to have lightning element. The logical element is fire, okay? Because he is a blacksmith and he has 30% fire resist. That's why I think that Gumi simply want to prevent him being used on the Aigayan battle. Should you level up this LB? If you plan to use him as your main buffer, then yes, of course. Even without leveling it up, the effects are already high. It starts from 100%. And because he is a 4 stars class, then you can level up his LB a little bit easier compared to 5 stars character. However, because this one is LB, you need to have a placeholder buff on the start of the battle. Luckily, he has one placeholder buff, Inherited, so this one will buff all allies defense by 60% and break one enemy attack by 45%. So the defense boost is nice, 60%. So it is quite big for a placeholder buff because yeah, usually you only get 45%. And yeah, it is not a singing skill, so cast it once and then forget about it. The attack break, nice, okay, but maybe not that useful because you probably need two type of break, okay, attack and magic, and yeah, you probably already use warrior of light anyway. The next skills are elements brand, okay, so he able to imperil 3 elements, fire, earth, or wind by 50%. Not only that, it also break enemies defense by 40%. So this one can be useful for defeating single strong enemy quickly, like on the raid event. It is more than doubling your damage, okay? If you can take full advantage of the elemental imperil and defense break. However, it seems, yeah, it is not essential, okay? Other than element brand, he can also multiply your damage by adding killer passive, but you need to use start of work first. So this one is the setup skill, which I don't like, okay, but the unlock skills may be useful. You can give buff, so one ally will deal 50% more physical damage against beast, mechanical, stone, and fairy type. It is useful, especially for your finisher, because that extra 50% will be multiplied even further. However, because you need to do a setup for this buff, then this means you can't do much with his other skills because you need to recast your LB after 3 turns. So those are all his abilities. Let's talk about equipment. He able to equip many equipment type, okay, so that's definitely a good thing. Because he is a support, you should aim for health, defense, or spirit. Also, because you are able to equip glove, then giving him Aigayan arms or overdrive is good, okay? It may sound stupid, but trust me, it is not. If you plan to use him as your buffer, that 124% are very good. Especially if you don't have anyone who can use that Aigayan arms or overdrive, okay? He also able to equip both light and heavy shield, so his defensive stats will be kinda nice. He is also a good candidate for action trust measures such as Riku's pouch. That Riku's pouch is really good, especially for the 200% faster LB fill rate. You won't have problem when trying to fill up his LB, okay, when you use that buff. Enough about equipment. Verun is best used with another support who able to give spirit buff to all allies and give LB fill rate buff. For example, Vayne. He able to buff your party defense and spirit by 45%, and yeah, also 100% faster LB fill rate. So yeah, you can fill your LB faster and your allies still get defense and spirit buff, okay, so pretty nice. Misty is also good because she can buff your party spirit by 80%, but yeah, Misty doesn't get spirit buff for herself, and as an AoE magical tanker, that's kinda bad maybe, okay. His brand also very good for an elemental attacker who not able to imperil enemies resist by themselves. For example, Onion Knight. His anti-smite also useful when fighting certain enemy type. In the future, there will be 3 stars as per trial, and yeah, the old trial like White Dragon will be remade, okay. I'm not sure if the remade is the correct name, okay. So they will get stronger, and maybe at that time Verun can be useful because he can give you beast mechanical buff, okay. So my conclusion for Verun, so he is very unique hero because really guys, if you are not able to optimize him, he can be considered as a troll, but once you're able to max him, he is really good. Sure, Soleil's buff only 4% lower, but remember, Soleil is locked to her dancing. Basically, that's what you will get from Soleil, okay? But for Verun, after you use his LB, you can use his killer buff to increase your damage or break and imperil enemy. Those things are worth very worth, okay? Maybe about same with one additional attacker on your party, not mentioning other action abilities which you can equip through accessory or ability slots. His Trustmaster reward is very bad. I don't think it is worth to get, okay? It only adds one element to your attack for 5 turns. In my opinion, it is better to simply switch your weapon if you know that you will need that element on the battle. So no need to bother with this Trustmaster reward. I give Verun 5 out of 10 if you are not able to maximize his equipment. Okay, so you can't use his LP, then he is bad. But if you able to maximize his equipment, then 10 out of 10. Definitely worthy to be called Poorman Troy. So yep, I think that's all you need to know about Verun. Thank you very much for watching. Please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel for more Final Fantasy Brave Exvius guide. Bye bye guys.